I guess when you try to do it 5 minutes in advance, you can't. Happy Friday. I am just going to get settled in and wait for a couple people to show up. What's up, G4T? I'm just turning down my lights because my eyes, I up the lights and now it's so bright in here. I gotta be super careful. Happy Friday, you guys. Wow, what a week it's been. Yeah, it's a long week. It's been busy and so much stuff happening. Like, I mean, we're gonna keep the vibes high today, and all the more reason vibes high, but wow, what a week. 3 great legends, if you will, in their own categories gone. Wow, that is so, just puts your own life in perspective. So that being said, it's Friday. We're gonna have a good day today. Things are really growing like crazy, so we've got a lot of defoliation to do. This morning I cleaned my reservoir. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but I had a ton of debris in my reservoir and it was really bad, so did a quick swap with a bucket and went to go clean the res. And who's the third? We got Theo from the Cosby Show, which I grew up watching. We got and that was a crazy one because he's a young guy, drowned. Anyways, whatever. Then you got Hulk Hogan and Ozzy. So I mean, I know a lot of people weren't into the Cosby Show, but that was some. So yeah, it's just like wow, 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 wow. That's life. Gotta make every minute count. So I gotta get plants and more stuff to get excited about, because that's the meaning of life for me and what makes me happy. So that's what it's all about, you guys. Just enjoy your time while we're here. Anyways, on a better note, coffee and Friday and Grow Tent and you guys. What a better way to finish off the week. You never know, and we all have that checkout time. Absolutely, never know. So I appreciate that you guys choose to spend your valuable time hanging out here. That is awesome. So anyways, we've been talking about increasing the lights in the last week or so, and I keep saying it on the beginning of every live. Wow. The changes that are taking effect in the garden are insane. I'm gonna take you on a tent tour in a minute and you guys are gonna see. What's up, Mr. Ganix? Yeah, actually, speaking of Mr. Ganix, yesterday, thank you for joining, by the way, Mr. Ganix. Yesterday, Andrew and I, we tried live, and this guy, if I can say anything about Andrew, he's extremely reliable. This guy had like a tornado hit him, no power. It was like a torrential downpour. He still showed up on the live. I'm like, what are you doing? Go inside. He's standing outside in the pouring rain. And he's like, the show must go on. I'm like, dude, you could take a night off. It's not that deep. Anyways, so that was funny. So thank you, Andrew, for sticking your neck out for all of us and reporting live from the eye of the storm. It's shortly after it passed through him, it passed through me shortly after. And no tornado or anything, nothing half as bad as what he got. But that was funny, you guys. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, what is this guy doing? Anik says, I was laughing my ass off last night. You two are hilarious. Actually, G4T, I had to take it down because I got not a strike from YouTube or anything, but it just says that they threw an age restriction on it, and there was a lot of swearing, and I don't know, the other ones, like, we're swearing, he's smoking, so I don't know why this one got flagged, but I don't want any like strikes on my channel, so I just made it private, but I can all put it back up. But that was honestly, that was hilarious. This guy was like, just, it's like, what are you doing? Go inside. Like, even if you have no power, what are you doing in the pouring rain outside? And then he got his microphone wet. It's just, man, he's nuts. Anyways, in a good way, best way possible. I love Andrew. If you guys haven't already, go check out their YouTube and subscribe. Ogo Grown. Anyways, you guys, that was hilarious. And then yeah, so we tried to do the live, but we had to cut it short because again, he got the mic wet in his phone. It wasn't even his phone, it was his wife's phone. So anyways, so yeah, guys, that was fun last night. And after I got off yesterday's live, I was so like bummed out because I was telling you guys and showing you guys how I've got some pretty crazy root rot happening. I've got some, I don't know if it's root rot or biofilm. There's some stuff going on with my, I'm a clone of a Poland actor. Wow. Well, I hope they're good looking. It wasn't even his phone. Yeah, I don't even know what it was. So yeah, I was telling you guys that the hydroclay is creating for me, and I have been wanting to make the switch to foam colors completely. I'm about 75% there, but there's the 4-inch plant ports that I have in the grow tent. I don't have 4-inch foam collars, so we're gonna get some. But until then, I'm feeling frustrated that might be something I'm going to have to wait and implement for the next grow, because it might be too tricky right now to take out the hydroclay and the tomatoes. It's going to kind of like, I think it might break plant trying to lift the net pot out because the plants are all clipped and so mature, and if I start messing with it, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of deal. So one of those things where maybe I just shelf that and not shelf it forever, just till the end of this grow, and then next grow I just make sure that I'm prepared and I've got all my foam collars. And then, like I said, I'm going to be using things like hypochlorous acid to try to mitigate any of these issues, because I don't know if the hydrogen peroxide's enough. But G4T says, I'll message you, I have a tip for you about that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Looking for any and all information. Okay, Lucas, I am going to look that name up. Somebody look that up for me and tell me if I look like them, and warn me if I should be insulted or not beforehand. Because I've gotten some weird comparisons here. Also, you guys, just so you know, which it doesn't matter, but whenever I do a live with the front camera, it actually mirrors the camera, and so people look different when the camera's mirrored. So I swear we look different than I do in these lives, but whatever. So if you guys also haven't already, don't forget to go and sub to the Garden Cultivation Network. They are doing the Show Your Grow. It's Friday, and they're so close to 1,000 subs. So don't forget to go check them out and subscribe. They've got some, every Wednesday they've got a cultivator of the week, and they have Show Your Grow on Fridays, which is really fun to watch. So it's Friday, we're gonna defoliate some peppers. Now that I increased the lights, it's nuts what's going on. So yeah, everything's flowering like crazy now. One minor change, and a lot has happened. So that, on that note, I'm trying to get the temperature up in here. So I don't know if you guys are interested when I show you, when I go green screen and I show you guys my Pulse app and where I'm at. I don't know if you guys are interested, let me know, then I'll continue to do that. If not, I will limit the amount that I show you guys. But yeah, so I've been battling to try to get the heat up in the garden, and between trying to keep the humidity down but the heat up has been such a challenge, and so every day I'm like increasing the lights a little more, a little more. So yesterday I cranked it to 65%, and things are doing even better than they were yesterday. So I think I might get a little more today, and I'm hopeful that maybe that'll help me get a hotter environment. I don't want it too hot in here because I do have some cool weather crops, so I gotta figure out how to optimize this space because yeah, I gotta figure out, maybe there's ways of making like the outside corners of the tent, which they already are because the towers, the lights don't get as hot. I want to make the ends of the tent cooler because that's where I have my towers with my lettuce and my herbs. So my head was spinning after yesterday's live. I've been on such a high for so long about you know, how good my garden has been looking, and yeah, it's just catching up on the chat. I don't know if I said what's up. Happy Friday, ProPie. I don't even know if I saw you there. Sometimes I just go on and just miss some things in the chat. So yeah, there's a lot of things to improve, a lot of things to fix, and I'm full that I'm aware of all of them, but I am not like overwhelmed, just like kind of bummed out. I thought my garden was perfect and now I could just move on and we're good to go. Would a water help to keep nutrient at optimum temp? Air temp is less of a concern. So my water, actually, my water temperature might be okay now that the temperature in the tent is cooler. My water temperature, I should check it actually. My water temperature was, I think it was like 21.9 or something, and it should be only at 20. And so I'm gonna check it, but my pH is gonna be off because, so for those of you that joined yesterday, I was about to fill my bucket system, which I could do before I get into it and start talking too much. What's up, Ray Cassis? Happy Friday. Thank you for joining. So yesterday I had a bunch of crap in my reservoir, and so I didn't end up filling my system. I decided to take the opportunity while the reservoir was low to empty it out, clean it, and replenish it. What's up, Piautis? Good health to all and to you too. Thank you for joining, and happy Friday. How's everyone doing today? I hope you guys are having a good day. I got coffee, plants, and you guys, so it's a good start. So I cleaned the reservoir, I put in my 20 liters of water, I put in my, what do you call it, hydrogen peroxide, and I don't know if I should do, I also have High Clean, and this grow, I've used it a couple times. I don't know if I should put it in prior to the hydrogen peroxide or after. I know there's a certain sequence in which to add. You guys, I talk about this all the time, but in my first grow, I put CalMag, nutrients, and hydrogen peroxide all in the same jug and just mixed it, and that was like, my first grow was brutal. I probably had nutrient lockout every time I fed my pets. So, yeah, let's go check the water temperature. Tristan, no worries. I like getting to business, so no worries at all. I appreciate you contributing in the chat and providing tips and stuff. That's what I want, and that's how I learned. You know, yesterday I left the chat learning so much. I was like, all right, there's so much stuff I need to procure and so much stuff I need to look into, and you guys are awesome for that. Thank you. All right. So the pH is going to be off again because I've only added in water with hydrogen peroxide. I usually try to keep the pH 6. I mean, that's not good. Oh, the water temperature is too high. 23 degrees, or it was 22.9, which is 1 degree warmer than it was before. So a lot of people use a chiller. I don't have one, and I don't know if I need one. I try to just get the environment right first, but I know the water is also super, super important. And actually, I think G Mama Grows yesterday in the chat mentioned something. We were talking about the root rot. What's up, Mia Lifestyle? Happy Friday. Yeah, we were talking the root rot, and she said that could be a water temp issue. So, whew, a lot of things to fix and tweak, and I'm not overwhelmed. I'm just disappointed that it's not easier, but it's okay. Good things take time, and if it's not easy, it's probably not worth it, right? Josh says you could put a frozen water bottle in the res. It's actually not a bad idea, until something happens where the water bottle, like the plastic cracks or something, or the bucket's right. I gotta figure that out. I think there still could be a pressure issue, because if it's working seamlessly, I don't think the pump filter should be rattling that way. But again, this morning, this was nuts. So yesterday, after oh, sorry, hang on a sec. I always forget to put my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm on these live. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well, I did the swap with a bucket to clean the res. These chunks of hydroclay came pouring out. I'm like, what the heck? I guess it's falling through the basket. Whatever small bits are just going right to the bottom and falling through, and then they're draining through the center column, and the water return is getting it, and thank goodness it's sinking to the bottom. But eventually that, if it doesn't get cleaned on a regular basis, is going to break down, and it's going to clog the pump filter. So it's a constant, like you honestly have to monitor everything. And then after I fixed that, so I did that this morning, my nozzles weren't working. So I had to go through every single bucket and try to like clear out whatever was clogged there, and now we're here. And now we have more work to do. So, the life of an indoor gardener, you guys. What's up, David? Thank you for joining. So, this weekend, we'll probably start some new seeds. I had a nice harvest last night from all 3 towers. So the last couple of days has been really exciting to be able to harvest from all 3 towers. I really enjoyed that, and yeah, I had a great salad, and it was awesome. All right, so before I do the tent tour, I'm just going to show you guys really quick, for the sake of consistency. This is where I left off this morning, maybe an hour before I got into the grow tent. So the temperature is a little bit warmer than yesterday, but the VPD is lower than it should be. So I don't know. And the same thing with dew point. Somebody reached out to me and they were like, worry about the dew point at night and VPD during the day. I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, this is where I'm at. Also kind of just showing you guys so that it forces me to talk about it. So it kind of forces me to learn. Maybe one of you guys will chime in and tell me if I'm doing this right or wrong. I'm just kidding. But so for those of you that don't know what this is, I've got it's a device, and it's called the Pulse Pro, and it's an environmental monitor that I use to try to monitor different factors in the environment. And I'm trying to understand and kind of dig a little deeper into what having a perfect environment in your indoor garden means. And so I've recently realized how many things I have to combat and battle, and maybe I need some new tools like a dehumidifier or a space heater or a water chiller or something. But the frozen water bottle sounds like a great low cost idea, so I might try that. But yeah, so this is where we're at. It's not the optimal environment, but I'm sure it's not as bad as things were in the past. As you guys know, in my previous grows, I've had things like powdery mildew. I've had pests, but that because of the environment, that was because of me. But this is where we're at, and like the other day, my CO2 is 500 ppm, and now it's 800, and I looked it up online. It says that 1200 is optimal, so hopefully I don't pass out in here, because I don't know how much is too much CO2. But yeah, and then lights are usually higher. I turn them down because, oh right, this is an hour before I did the live, right? Right now it's probably cooler in here because I turned the lights down. So this is where we're at for those of you guys that are interested or know, and working my way toward a warmer temperature, maybe a little bit lower humidity. But if I get a warmer temperature, and even if the humidity stays the same, then hopefully that'll increase my VP. So there you go, guys. I don't have much else to say about it because I still am learning, but yeah, it's a helpful tool, and I'm just kind of, I've been obsessing over it daily, multiple times a day, just because I'm really trying to wrap my head around it and see how I can get my plants to grow faster, better, larger, more vigorously, and get food faster. That's the goal. Also, can you guys believe we're almost August? Wow. I just realized that. It just clued in that next week is August. I'm thinking because I'm like, oh, I gotta start growing things that I would want to eat in the fall, right? Like squash, or, well, I don't even eat squash. I don't know why I said that. But like even eggplant or zucchini, or, you know. Okay, so yes, I do. I literally, Tristan, you asked that. I literally go on Google, and sometimes I'll go through multiple sources just to see what other people are saying, but there's, you know, the Google AI that kind of summarizes its findings based on all the sources, based on search. And so that's what I do, and then when I have time, I dig a little deeper. Sometimes I get lost on Reddit because there's so many forums on Reddit about this stuff, but I never find the exact answer because it's all variable, right? Like depending on your environment. And now just learned this week what a lung room is, and now I'm like, perfect your lung room. I'm like, I can't, I have no way of doing that. It is what it is. So I just have to deal with the cards that I'm dealt and just do the best I can. But Grok, I will try using Grok. That's the X AI, right? I gotta start posting on X too. I'm trying to try out all platforms and see where I belong. But YouTube is where it's at. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. That being said, I should probably stop talking and show you guys some plants. How about that? All right. Eggplant seedlings. I am just being super careful and patient with them. Dank Tank says, what's a lung room? Right? I had no idea what a lung room is. It's the room outside of your grow room. So wherever the intake and the exhaust is going out into. So for me, my lung room is a basement. I don't have the ability to like modify the environment in my lung room. And so, you know, when I have my intake fans on, it's pulling air from your lung room. And so if you have that environment perfected, then your odds are better that your grow room will be better. But if you're combating, you know, really cold temperatures outside the lung room or outside of your grow room, then it's challenging to have your intake fans on, for example. It's pulling cold air, right? So it's just, and then how humid is the air, or is it dry? And, you know, what are we dealing with? So it's just a little bit of a challenge, but it is fun. It's like a game, you know? And it's like, I feel like perfecting the environment is like the final boss for me. I feel like I'm so close, and I've learned so much, but the learning never stops. So I'm not going to say the final boss, but you know, one of the big bosses. It does make it easier to control VPD. Yes, I'm sure it does. Honestly, I'm pretty stressed about it. The last week, I've been taking it so serious. It's like I'm so invested now that even like in the evening when I'm trying to unwind and like watch TV, I'm constantly refreshing my Pulse app, and then I'm like, the TV went down. I'm like, wait, it's because the lights are off. Calm down. It's nighttime, sleepy time. Relax. Josh says, seal tent with CO2 supplementation, AC, and dehumidifier, and a Troll Master will give you perfect room. Right, that's why I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe so that I can start earning, so that I can procure these things, because this is all I got right now. What's up, Lick? Thank you for joining. What's up, Death Squad? And real good Friday. Yes, it is a great Friday. You're just in time. I'm showing you guys my eggplant seedling. So this one got scorched. The root will grow back, but I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like totally dried up. My worst nightmare came true, but they're still alive. They're still good. And it's all good, guys. I lost a little guy over there. Hope everybody's having a great day so far. Thanks for hanging out with me. I am just trying to put this seedling back in the paper towel. All right, moving on. Warren says, oh my, over love all my babies, but more equipment and high room temp. Yes, so there's no such thing as over loving. Over loving your plant loud. So I've got a bunch of messy lettuce now. I've been harvesting like crazy, and so it's kind of like scraps. I've been taking the lower leaves, and then later I'm gonna chop this end off, eat it. So in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be cleaning the orange tower. If that's something you guys are interested in seeing, the tear down, cleanup, and reassembly, I'll let you guys know when that's happening. I've got the tower, which I've been harvesting from every day, and I've got 2 different parsley varieties. I am looking to start making tabbouleh salad. If you guys know what that is, it's so freaking good. And so the parsley from the store, because I haven't had a tabbouleh salad in a really long time, so here we come with my fresh tomatoes. It's gonna be so good. What's up, Toby's Garden? And what's up, Rethinker? Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I am showing you guys my plants. One sec, you guys. Sorry about that. I just got a delivery. Ready, you guys? Dun 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 dun. 4-inch foam collars. I'm so excited. Anyways, we're gonna deal with that in a minute and talk about those and open those in a minute. All right, the green tower is doing so well. Now, another interesting thing is I've been not afraid of using nutrients now. In the past couple of grows that I've had, I've been nervous about using too much nutrients, because again, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really understand how the nutrients works. And so this time I'm like, just use the recommended amount, and kind of like, you know, don't be afraid to use it. The plants need it. And the lettuce is so much better tasting, and it's much crunchier. That's one thing. In my first couple of grows, the lettuce was great. It just wasn't like super crunchy. So now you bite into it and you're like, yeah, you can crunch. I missed Watermelon Wednesday. Oh, that's okay. I'll take you back through the watermelons and show you. You should try pineapple mint, real tasty when you make peanut sauce. Ooh, I should. So I need to start growing mint. I need to start growing, I want to do Thai basil. especially for like soups in the winter and stuff. So I've asking if anything's ready to eat. Yes, I've been harvesting every night from the towers, and every so often I harvest some tomatoes. What else do I have? Peppers will be ready soon, and I've been harvesting flowers, obviously. Our chicory is turning red, and our blushed butter oak lettuce is also starting to turn red. And I've got just a lot of romaine and regular leaf lettuce, and everything's just looking so good. Moving on to the buckets, I'm going to show you, yes, I will eat a pepper live, just not a spicy one. How about that? I'm going to show you guys the second bucket system first so I don't forget. These are bell pepper plants. Now, if you guys have been following along, these grew overnight. I increased the lights again. I cranked it yesterday. And these are bell peppers. And I've got my other bell peppers here. We'll just go down the line. I actually ended up zip tying this this net pot bucket lid. And it seems doing okay. So I don't know if these guys are going to be green peppers, I think. They're not going to ripen to any other color. This one will probably be orange. This one obviously looks like it's going to be orange. I've got a yellow one back there. And now that I increased the lights, I've got new flowers and new peppers growing, finally. I was only getting like 1 or 2 peppers per plant. And so this one's ripening as well. And we've got our jalapenos. Oh my gosh, I gotta harvest some of these soon. We got a lot, you guys. A lot. I was gonna make jalapeno poppers. These are... Uh-oh. I almost knocked a bell pepper over. These are so spicy. They're so spicy. I ate one last weekend. And, well, a little piece of it, and I thought I was gonna die. Yes, eat those. Maybe not Toby's garden. They're gonna be pickled or maybe used in cooking or something. All right, so this is our Chinese 5-color pepper plant. So we've got 3 colors so far. So they start off purple, then they turn into like a pinkish, creamy color, and then they go to yellow, and then orange, and now red. So this one, it's like almost fully red, but it's still kind of orange. But it looks so cool next to the bright purple. It's beautiful. So you're gonna get a plant with 5 different colors at once, and it's so beautiful. And the one behind it is so much taller. I don't know if you guys can see that. So this is one plant right here, and the one behind is up here. I increased the lights, and now it's just like one took off in height and the other one, like, that's insane. How crazy is that? Then I got a tip for you. Wrap the jalapeno in bacon, fill them with good cheese, European cheese. Oh my gosh, that is yes, I have done that with no, but I've done jalapeno popper wrapped in bacon. But yeah, that's a great idea. So I have a new strawberry flower that just opened up today. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys my ancho poblano pepper plant. I've got so many ancho poblano peppers grow. I gotta harvest them when they get a little bit larger in size. But yeah, they look awesome. Got a bunch of them. So I've got, well, oh yeah, let's not move. I'm getting too excited. So this is the watermelon plant. Now that I inked the lights, it actually seems to be doing better. And I'm wondering if that's why the other fruit dried up. But now this is getting so much bigger. This is my sugar baby watermelon, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. And the second one is still there. It's not like drying out or anything. It's still growing. It's just taking its time. So I don't know. We're going to leave it on the vine and continue to monitor it and see how it does. But this one, it's starting to get that, you know, those lines Looks great. I can't wait. Oh, we've got, oh my gosh. Literally, I was just down here an hour before the live and these flowers were closed. So we're gonna also do some hand pollinating today quickly. I've got strawberry flower that just opened here and a second one here. And when it comes to hand pollinating your strawberries, multiple flower interactions increases your odds of successful pollination. This is the first flower I pollinated. This is my first aeroponic strawberry. I'm so excited. I can't believe I have a strawberry, you guys. I've been trying to get strawberries for so long. The moment is finally here. This is the plant that I see the most change with. It is a dahlia flower plant. Ever since I increased the lights, it is just like taking off. I'm gonna have to do some pruning. The root system is actually a tuber and it looks like it's doing quite well. So especially now that I fixed the watering nozzles and everything, girls are looking so good. I've got a lot of blooms per plant now, which is what you're supposed to get with these zinnia flowers. So those are dahlias and these are zinnias, and they are blooming like crazy. And then this one, usually they when I've harvested them, they stay really small. I'll show you guys. Actually, I still have ones that I harvested like a month ago. They're still alive. How crazy is that? But I'm going to show you guys the difference. So it's really supposed to fill out nicely, and I wasn't getting enough light, and that was as much as it was filling out. So if you look at the one behind it, that's quite the difference. It's filling out nicely and getting a lot of petals. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's actually doing so much better than the ones outside because I'm not combating pests. But another one over here that's still, this one just opened, so it needs more time. And yeah, we've got more where that came from, you guys. Sugar Rush Peach Stripey. Is that a type of bird? That sounds so good. Banana Sweet Pepper. That sounds nice, actually. I want to see you grow sting nettles. Sting nettle soup is good and rich in iron. I've never heard of sting nettle. What is that? All right, moving down the line, I've got my cucumbers. So this one, I've got to check the size. Once it reaches about 6 to 8 inches, we can harvest it. I've got some back there growing and some here growing. I got a couple up there. So we'll see. And this one we pollinated yesterday, or I pollinated yesterday. Oh, we got one down here. I got to check for some new flowers. So this is going to open soon. We're going to have to pollinate that. I don't see any other female flowers, but hopefully soon. I mean, maybe now that I've increased the lights, we'll see. Oh, we got more. See? Honestly, this light increase is just like, I said it yesterday, it's crazy what light can do for plants. Tomatoes are doing quite well now that I increased the lights. They are looking much better, ripening faster, and it's just a much quicker process, which makes for a better flavor. What's been happening is I get these, like for example, I get this cluster of tomatoes, and once it reaches its full size, it just stays green, and then it takes like 3 weeks to ripen, which isn't normal. It shouldn't take that long. So now I turned up the lights, and now I've got a ton that are ripening and much faster. So I'm happy about that. Look at that cluster. Yum. And they're bigger too. They're bigger in size. I'm getting bigger fruit. So I did a taste test about a month ago, store-bought versus homegrown, and I had exactly this, well, not exactly, not the exact ones that I got the seeds from, but it was the same tomatoes, greenhouse grown, the same place, the same brand from the grocery store. And when I did my taste test comparison, I put them side by side, and the store-bought ones were much bigger. And even though mine tasted better, the store-bought ones were bigger. And so maybe they have higher light intensity. So now I increase my light intensity. Things are just doing so much better. It's crazy. So I'm gonna work on defoliating the peppers right now. Also, I'm gonna open this up because now, you know, it's gonna be a game changer. Okay, so that makes me feel better because I was feeling really bummed out yesterday that I'm starting a new grow in the second bucket system, and I feel like I've been committed to the hydro because I already put it in the system, and I've got 2 tomato plants in the hydro. And so I was feeling like, oh, what if this grow lasts like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and I have to deal with cleaning and, you know, all this debris in the system. So I'm really glad now that I don't have to wait and I can make the change before we get our eggplant in. What's up, Sea Bunny Grows? Welcome! I was just telling everybody to go head over to the Garden Cultivation Network and go hit the subscribe button, you guys. They're so close to 1,000 subs, and they've got some awesome content. Every Friday is Show Your Grow, and every Wednesday they've got a Cultivator of the Week, so go check them out. All right. Foam collars. I'm so excited. Wow, this is going to be a game changer. We can actually, so this is what we're going to do this weekend. We are going to be, so we have 2 eggplant, which I didn't even finished showing you guys. I showed you guys half the second bucket system. So these eggplant plants right here, we're going to get them out of the 3-inch and get them into the 4-inch, rid of the hydroclay, and get this system as clean as possible. We've also got flowering happening on our cucumber, so we're gonna have to up the nutrients a little bit. And yeah, these guys are really coming along like crazy. If you've been following along, tomorrow will make 3 weeks since they've been in the bucket system, and it's just wild already. So where's this one going? It's funny when they grab onto each other, support versus the trellis. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've got 4 more there. And then I've got my tomatillo plants, which are getting massive. I need to reduce the water in the buckets. I think everything's getting a little bit overwatered. I've got my honeydew over here, my cantaloupe over here, and tomato plants. So also this weekend, we're gonna get these out of the hydroclay because they're still young enough that we won't damage the roots, and we're going to get these into the foam collars. So this entire second bucket system is going to be in foam collars, which is pretty exciting, you guys, to make the transition from clay pebbles that make a huge mess to foam collars. I'm really excited. So yeah, and I think Toby's asking what to harvest next. So I'm gonna do a big harvest in the next few days. So I'm gonna harvest the one big harvest, but for me a big harvest. I'm gonna have a bunch of lettuce. We're gonna do all the ripe tomatoes. We're gonna do the cucumber. We're gonna do jalapenos, and I've got maybe 3 or 4 bell peppers that'll be ready to go. So it's gonna be a fun harvest. It's gonna be the first time where I have like so many colors in a harvest and so much selection. And more to come, right? Working on obviously growing things like eggplant and other stuff. So I'm really excited. But you know, the best part about this garden is, like, especially with the lettuce, it grows back. So even though I get leaves off the plant, it's still continuing to produce. And I have a harvest every single night. Even if it's just like herbs to just accompany my meal, I have a harvest every single, which is pretty rewarding, even if it's small. And it just feels so good to harvest the fruits of your labor. It's my favorite part. I love it. I always feel proud, and I feel like I never used to take like food seriously. Like, you know, you buy lettuce from the store, it tastes good or not, and now I'm like, so, you know, is it crunchy? Is it sweet? What's the flavor like? And I'm like, analyzing the flavor because it's got to be perfect. Right, I'm just gonna get myself a tray for my cuttings. All right, but before I do that, geez, I have an overactive brain on me that I forgot what I was doing earlier, and that was putting nutrients. I got too excited about these collars and I got. So I'm just going to add some calcium or CalMag to my first bucket system. And then toward the end of the live, I'll add in my bloom. Usually I let one circulate for a little while before adding in the other. Like I said early on, I used to just throw everything in. So I'm doing 1 ml per liter, so I'm going to do 20 mils. 20 mils of CalMag. Toby says all year round growing season. Absolutely. The thing is, I don't know why. It's like in winter, everyone goes through like, not seasonal depression, but you know, it's like you get the winter blues. And so I never feel motivated. Every time something happens with my garden and I reset it, it always seems to happen at the end of the summer. And then once I do the reset, I'm so exhausted that come like January or December, I'm not growing. And that's when I should be, right? Like during the winter, when everyone has to like either, you know, not grow their own food, like an indoor garden on a small scale, that's when, you know, the setup really stands out. But so this year I gotta get it together, make sure that that's what I'm doing. I'm not having any downtime in this tent. It's got to be constantly in operation. The thing is, resetting it, a big task. It's a lot of work, you know, especially if you do it like once you have plants in your system, that's it. So you want to make sure everything is perfect beforehand, and for it to get that way when you've got so many limes you're dealing with and nozzles and pumps and, you know, even filters. I should clean my exhaust filter actually. Maybe that'll help with the humidity. But yeah, you're dealing with so much stuff. It's like it's you're so exhausted that now to start some seeds, it's like F you. All right, so I've got my CalMag in here. You can eat strawberries while we eat cabbage in January. I know, or watermelon. Be cool. Can't wait. All right, so I'm gonna just throw that in the buckets, and then we'll go ahead and defoliate. So yeah, that'll circulate through the system, and then I'll add in my bloom later on. So yeah, you guys aren't going to want to miss it this weekend. We're going to work on getting rid of as much of the hydroclay as possible. So I don't know about the first bucket system because everything's already in there, but that's going to be the goal for the second bucket system that we just fired up a couple weeks ago. And so that's going to be a huge game changer for us. So I'm just going to focus on the bell peppers and potentially the jalapeno pepper because everything else is just, I can't even walk through here. Oh my goodness. All right. This Chinese 5-color pepper plant is just so big. I gotta figure out how to position it. I'll just show you guys here. I'm just trying to position it so it's not in the way, but it's like, maybe I should defoliate some of it, but first we're gonna move on to the bell peppers. Might take off some of the jalapenos. Oh, hang on, I have to get my tray, so hang tight a minute, you guys. Right, so we got a lot happening with these bell peppers. I'm gonna focus on all these lower leaves here. There's a lot of stuff going on. What's up, Hippie J? Welcome, happy Friday. All right, so we're gonna create better air circulation here right above the bucket tops because there's just like way too much foliage at the bottom. That way we can kind of see what's happening. So I'm just kind of going toward the bottom of the plant, and I'm just kind of getting all the lower leaves, clear out this space. I'm even going to get rid of this. So now I've got, okay, I didn't even realize, so I thought I wasn't getting any new peppers, but I actually have new peppers in here. I just didn't see them. So I'm going to actually clear out some of these leaves in here. I'm going to show you in a minute what I'm talking about. Well, that makes me feel better. You know, a garden has a really quick way of cheering you up. Every time something puts me down or brings me, I come to the garden and I'm like, wow, a new leaf. Life is good again. Alright, so I'm just trying to kind of clear out some space here so I can see what's happening. It's gotten quite messy in here. I'm also just gonna hit up this jalapeno plant after because it's, I think it's time, you guys. I have never defoliated my pepper plants yet. Well, at least my bell pepper plants. I mean, I think now you guys can kind of get an idea of how tall it is. I'm just gonna get out of here for a second. those bell peppers looking fantastic. Thank you so much. Bell peppers, you don't get too much fruit. Actually, I had a plant with like 15 bell peppers, but they were so small. Garden surgery. Yeah, my pepper stem is really thick, and so are the roots. I got water happening down here, so I might have a leak again. I gotta try to figure this out. Hang tight, you guys. Give you guys a nice view of the ceiling. I'm just trying to fix my tripod here because it... whatever. Whatever. Anyways. So yeah, it's challenging to like walk through here. I'm gonna just work on this jalapeno plant really quick too. I'm gonna get it down to a less bushier plant. It's kind of insane right now. And there's so much pollen on this plant, it's crazy. Now I'll be able to actually see how many peppers I have on this plant. So I'm just getting most of the lower leaves and I'm kind of like topping it, just make it grow upward more than upward. It's a little late to be topping, but oh well. Alright, it's looking a little better. I'll show you guys. So now you can kind of get a better idea as to how many jalapenos I have on this plant. Cutting it back, more airflow. Yes, I'm trying to get better air circulation. It's kind of getting, I've never defoliated the jalapeno plant yet, so it's getting a little messy. Look at all this pollen. Gonna have to give it a good wipe down. What's up, William? Thanks for joining. We are doing a little pepper defoliation. Just taking care of the jalapeno plant. So this is one plant, you guys. Look at all these peppers on one plant. Quite a bit. I'm quite impressed. Alright, so I think that's good enough for the jalapeno plant. I actually can kind of lift it out of its plant and show you guys. This is how big it is. And got quite a bit of peppers growing. And the roots are so thick. Holy cow. Wow. I can't even move this. The roots are like thick. I'm going to try to reposition it so that I don't, when I'm walking by, and I'm actually going to cut this off right here. And that'll take care of that. Alright, so I kind of took care of this bell pepper here. I just want to also be able to see what's going on. Like, I had no idea. I have new peppers finally. So this is really brightening my day. I'm going to show you guys in a minute here. Oh my gosh, this one is getting quite tall. I don't know if you guys can see that. They look great. Oh my gosh, so many new peppers. You see what they're... Oh, I just... well, broke a flower off. Wow. What a great change. See, I've been so cautious about everything. Nutrients, light, and it shouldn't have been. So yeah, I'm just going to continue to kind of take care of the lower leaves. There's a lot of stuff here, like nothing's flowering on this one. Just got the one pepper growing. So I'm going to just leave this one. It looks kind of stressed out. This one, I'm just going to deal with some of these leaves. Sometimes I notice certain things on the leaves while I'm pruning. I'm like, oh gosh, what's happening? Like this means overwatering. You see that scarring on the bottom of the leaves and how it's turning a little yellow? Okay, we've created a lot more space now. It's not so messy. Well, I still have to prune this one over here because it's like insane. This one looks so bare. I didn't even touch it, but hopefully it'll bounce back. It looks like we've got a little flower growing there, so we'll see what happens, you guys. Harvest day, maybe Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. And celery. Yeah, celery is, I think it's a cool crop, so it might bolt in here. I don't know if I should do it, but we'll see. Maybe in the I do have celery seeds. I could just try it just to see. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this right here. This plant is crazy. Alright, and then, well, I can't really actually turn this plant around because now I zip tied it to the bucket system. I'm just going to get rid of this and this. Actually, no, just leave it. Alright, so things are looking a little better now. I just kind of pruned off not a single pest or bug in sight. I certainly hope not. Yesterday, if you guys tuned in, I was cleaning and I found, I think it was a beetle, but when I grabbed it and I looked closer after the live, I think it was a wasp or a hornet. I don't know, it was black. What are the ones that are all black? It's crazy. All right, so the last thing I'll have to do, oh, thought I turned my camera around. The last thing I'll have to do is prune this Ancho poblano. This branch is like all the way out here. I'm gonna have to cut that off or rotate it and prune. I'm just gonna have to clean it up because this plant it's quite large, so it spans from here to here. So we're gonna have to clean that one up as well, but now you can get a better idea. Look how tall look how tall they're getting now that I defoliated the bottom. So I may have gone a little, actually no, I didn't even defoliate that one. I just took off a couple bottom leaves, but they're getting this is new. This height here is new. It just happened when I increased the lights. Again, for those of you that have been watching or tuning in, I just started monitoring the environment and my PPFD specifically. And I increased the lights because I realized how low it was. And now everything's just getting so much taller. So imagine if I just left it for a month. Well, these have not been defoliated really at all. So this is the first time I've done it. And again, I'm trying to like reduce the humidity stuff in here. And I don't know, maybe if I just prune some stuff and clear some stuff out, it'll help with that. So yeah, everything's looking so good and green though. I'm quite happy with the condition of everything. And yeah, can you imagine how much better things will be once I get fully dialed in. All right, so last thing we're gonna do is pollinate our strawberry plant. So I'm gonna bring this with me. We have 2 flowers open today, and an hour ago that we had no flowers open, so that's pretty wild. I just gotta put you guys there for a minute. So yeah, we had now we have some flowers open, and multiple flower interactions helps with pollination. So we've got to do it while it's open, you guys. So again, for those of you that have been following along, or for those of you that are new here, I mean, indoor strawberry plants need to be hand pollinated if you're looking to get fruit. We've got 1 flower right here. I've got my strawberry designated paintbrush, and I'm just going to, so there's the stamen on the outside, those little anthers, those carry the pollen, and then the dome in the middle is the pistils, that's the male part, and the goal is to move the pollen from the stamen to the pistils. I've seen a lot of people use their finger, People say a fan works. Our second flower is right here. So I'm just going to gently pollinate it, and we're just going to go back and forth a couple of times. So hopefully that does the trick. If you do it correctly, then these are the results. We have our first strawberry growing. So you'll know if you pollinated it correctly. It doesn't grow as quickly as the watermelon did when we pollinated it correctly, but it definitely grew. So we're on our way to some strawberries, you guys. I'm pretty excited about that. So Hippie J says I use a brush on my cannabis. Okay, so you don't have to hand pollinate cannabis, right? Unless you're breeding or whatever. I don't know much about cannabis, you guys, so forgive me. All I know is how to consume it, that's all. I don't know how to grow it. Alright guys, that's it. We pollinated. I'm gonna get the bloom into my system right after I get off this live. I got the CalMag in. We pruned our peppers. We pollinated our strawberry. And we checked in on the environment, so it was a busy day today. Well, not that busy, but you know. I usually pick my best 2 plants, so end up with this. Very cool. That's a lot of work, right, to breed plants. Maybe eventually I'll get into that. Maybe I'll be able to make some cool varieties and sell my seeds. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to use our 4-inch foam collars for the first time. So again, these are them. We're going to get rid of the hydroclay and get out with the hydroclay, in with the foam collars. I am going to be making the move in the whole grow tent, because I am really no longer interested in the clay pebbles. And no slight to clay pebbles, but just not my thing. So tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time, come hang out with me. We are going to get things even more leveled up than we already have this week. So thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you, Death Squad, Pro Pyro, Toby, Hippie J, Mia Lifestyle, Ray. I'm probably missing so many people, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. You guys are so awesome for sticking around, and that's it. Sending you guys all positive vibes and sunshine, and have a wonderful Friday, everybody. See you tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.